If you sell pretty much anything, you're sitting on a gold mine of data. Seriously. But how do you unlock it? Well, it turns out there's a secret language, a special code that can turn your messy inventory into your greatest strategic asset. Today, we're going to decode the stock keeping unit, or as you probably know it, the SKU.
So, does this sound familiar? You've got stock, well, everywhere. In the back room, maybe a warehouse, listed on your website, and just trying to figure out what you actually have is a total nightmare. It's a super common problem, but believe it or not, there's a really elegant solution.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? Imagine typing out yellow shirt, size 4, puff sleeve every single time. It's not just annoying, it's slow, it's begging for typos, and there is just no way you can scale a business like that. You need a shorthand, a unique ID for every single little variation of your products. And that shorthand, my friends, is the SKU. So in this first part, we're going to break down exactly what a SKU is, because it's not just some random jumble of letters and numbers. It's the absolute backbone of modern inventory management. It's your secret weapon for turning chaos into clarity. So what is it, really? A stock-keeping unit is just a code made of letters and numbers that you, the business owner, create. Now, the most important word here is internal. This code is for you and your team only. It's designed to make sense for your business. And every single product variation, yep, every size, every color, every style, gets its very own unique SKU. A really well-designed SKU tells a story. Just look at this example. TSH Nike Blue L. This isn't random at all. It instantly tells anyone on your team that this is a t-shirt from the brand Nike, it's blue, and it's a size large. See? That's the power right there. No more long, clunky descriptions. And the benefits? Oh, they go way beyond just being tidy. It all starts with pinpoint accurate tracking of your inventory. And that accuracy, it leads to a much smarter, streamlined reordering process, which then lets you do some really deep sales analysis, which in turn leads to faster customer service because your team can find any product in a snap. It all adds up to being able to manage your entire operation seamlessly across all your channels. Okay, let's hit pause and tackle the number one point of confusion here, the difference between a SKU and a barcode. Because trust me, getting this wrong can cause some major headaches down the road. So let's clear it up right now. A SKU is not the barcode you scan at the checkout. They do completely different jobs. You know, the easiest way to think about it is like this. A SKU is your company's internal private language. It's your secret code. You create it, it's unique to your store. A UPC, or Universal Product Code, that's the number on the barcode, is external and universal. It's the same 12-digit number for that exact product, no matter who sells it anywhere in the world. And when we look a little closer, you can see they're very distinct roles. You, the retailer, create the SKU for your own inventory tracking. The manufacturer gets a UPC from a global agency for, well, global identification. And the barcode itself, that's just the scannable picture that represents a code, and it's usually representing that universal UPC.
All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. How do you actually build a SKU system that really works for your business? You might be thinking it's going to be super complex, but I promise it's way simpler than you think.
It really just boils down to a simple 4-step process. First, you decide on a consistent format. Then, you create a standard list of abbreviations you'll use for things like color or department. Step 3, you combine those codes to build your SKUs. And finally, and this is important, test your new system on a small batch of products before you roll it out for everything. Let's go right back to our t-shirt example. The format we defined here was category, brand, color, size. The abbreviations are TSH for t-shirt, Nike for the brand, blue for blue, and L for large. It's logical, it's consistent, and anyone can understand it just by looking at it. Now, here are some crucial rules to live by when you're making these. Try to keep them pretty short and sweet, and this is a big one. Never, ever reuse a SKU from an old product. It will completely mess up your historical data. Always start it with a letter, because some programs, like Excel, might accidentally drop a leading zero and mess things up. And please, avoid letters that look like numbers, like O or I. Consistency across the board is absolutely everything. Okay, now we get to the really powerful stuff. Because SKUs aren't just for counting what you've got on the shelf. When you use them right, they become an incredible tool for generating real, actionable business intelligence. So, a key idea here is something called SKU velocity. It sounds a little technical, but it's simple. It's just how fast a specific item is selling. By tracking this one metric, you can immediately see which products are your superstars and which ones are just collecting dust.
This leads to what a lot of people call ABC analysis. You'll find that your A-class SKUs are the vital few, the top 20% of your items that are probably bringing in 80% of your revenue. Your C-class items are the slow movers. Just knowing this helps you focus your time, your money, and your marketing on what actually matters most.
The whole point is that this data helps you take action. You can finally identify your true profit drivers, set up smart reorder points so you never run out of your best sellers, and even start to forecast demand for next season. It helps you make smart, data-backed decisions on everything, even what needs to go on sale. But a great system is only great if you can avoid the common pitfalls. Getting your SKU architecture wrong from the start can create just as much chaos as having no system at all. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. To make sure your system works for the long haul, you got to avoid these common traps. Don't make your SKUs super long or complicated. Don't stray from your format, stay consistent. And a big one, never just use the manufacturer's part number as your SKU. Remember, your SKU is internal. And as we said, don't reuse old codes. And finally, think ahead. Build a system that can grow as your business grows. Avoiding these is really the key. So what have we learned here today? That a simple string of letters and numbers can do so much. It's the key to taking your stock from just a boring list of items into an active, strategic asset that helps inform every single part of your business, from buying to marketing to customer service. And that really leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Right now, is your system just a simple way to count things? Or are you using it as a strategic weapon to build a smarter, more profitable, and way more efficient business? The choice is all yours.